All right, here we are at the big Ukrainian tire. All right, first thing I'm gonna grab is some just off-white. I think that's the one. No, probably this one a little lighter. Yep. One of these, ATF. I'm gonna grab one of these too. Can't hurt. Can only help. Oh yeah, how about a gas treatment too? I'll get the 2-in-1. It's probably the one. Definitely need the good stuff here. One of those. You know, I might as well just take one of these too. Yes. Fantastic. Fantastic. Oh yeah, better grab another one of these. All vehicle for sure. Yeah, we better get two. And definitely a couple of these. These ones are good. What is this? Brighter, whiter, light, 27, 28, or brighter light for 20. I'll go with these. Gonna need two. Should get some. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get one of these. Feed the birds on our trips. All right, thank you, Crappy Tire, Ukrainian Tire, Cajun Tire, all the above. Well, howdy folks, thanks for coming along with me again today. Welcome to Danneberg Acres. There's the big D sign up on the wall up there. Had a ton of bugs on it this year because, or last couple days, because we had a giant hatch of the maple bugs. Yeah, I think that's what they're called. Anyhow, we are looking at part 2 on the Chevy Van Citation Motorhome. Cheapest motorhome we could find on Facebook Marketplace. We paid 3,900 Canadian for it, which is about 3,000 US. Drove it to Bear Country. That was the first video on it. Have a look at that one. It's about an hour and a half long video of getting this, working on it, getting it up and running for the long drive, 6 hours each way, 12 hours total. And about $650 in gas, of course, to Bear Country, where we saw lots of bears on the road. Unfortunately, some deceased.
The other one was much larger, probably twice this size that we saw.
But we did see some mamas with their babies too, so that was nice. Right now I have the battery charger on it. This secondary battery was really low, almost dead ski, or it was dead ski. So we're going to take that off, but we do have a bunch of things. I did actually order this stripe. That's more of a cosmetic thing, so that would be nice. I want to polish some of these little rust bits. I bought paint for that. Get those off and painted. I have oil, do an oil and filter, of course, and a few things on the inside. Let's take a look. I think I mentioned as well in my last video, I want to renew some of these clips here. I bought new snaps, a snap repair, but we also have some broken areas too, so I'm not sure how I'm gonna get that fixed. I might have to, like, sew a little patch in there, although my sewing machine's broken. I can actually sew. I have a sewing machine. My mom taught me how to sew many years ago, many years ago, so I could sew a little patch, but I don't know. I'll have to see if the machine could be repaired. This here is still not working, as mentioned in the first video. I'm not sure why I can't get this going. I want to wire this in. This is an inverter, and run it off that secondary battery so that we can have plug-in power on the battery, which right now we have lights. Those lights work on battery power, but there's no plug-in. Let's see what's going on there. Switch to nothing. I'm going to check that battery and see what we got going on there. What else? We had a few other little things. I'm going to go see what parts we have on the bench. All right, so this is what we have on the bench. We have the paint for the mirrors. We have some oil. I got the go-to YouTube Shell Rotella. I know, and NNKH and Andrew Camerata and Diesel Creek Matt all go on and on and on about Shell Rotella. I'm not sure if they're sponsored or if it's just the cheapest. This was a pretty good price on Amazon. A couple of filters to go with that. One for now, one for the trip. And also bought these lights. We were driving home on the last trip. Man, we could hardly see right at the end when we were coming in the dark. So bought some new lights. I'm sure they're not the best lights, but they're newer. I definitely want to check the antifreeze to make sure we're good when winter comes and everything is good. Got some things also for the ATV. That's going to be another video. All these ATV parts are here. not that, that's for the truck. But we got a switch, a solenoid, plugs, filter, air filter, and headlights. Those are all for another video coming up. So let's go out there, start her up, and see what kind of voltage we're running on that secondary battery after having the charger on it for a while. We have 10.68. Okay, so without the charger attached, I just took the positive off. We're getting like no voltage, no volt at all. I'll put this guy back on here. Let's see what we got there on the terminals. We have, not got. Starting to sound like an American. Yeah, like 9. Wow. I'm gonna move the charger up. Let's give it a bit of a go here. I'll put it on 10 amps for a while. It was only on 2, but it was on 2 for the whole weekend. So you would think that would have charged it up, unless something is on the entire time. So let's touch our terminals again here, and we have, yeah, still only 8.95. Let's start the vehicle up, see what we get. If we get any difference. There are a couple of pumps, carburetor, got some noises. She sprung to life.
Dr. Crane, your glockenspiel sprung to life.
All right, so we got still got power in the main battery, obviously. Let's go check what we got back over there. All right, we're back here. See if you can, not sure if you can see that, where it's situated. And battery charger still on it with 10 amp, and now we got 9 and going up. 9.4, 9.3, 9.4. All right, let's leave it on 10 amps for a while. See if we can't charge this battery back up. Now we'll let it run for a bit. Let it warm up. Just release the choke if I can. There it goes. Choke is off. Let it run for a while. I was going to check that I had the right ball here for the trailer motorhome. And what ball we got on here? 2-inch ball, she says. A 2-inch. Bracket down here, I'm not sure what it was. Probably an old exhaust hanger. It looks like somebody had wired it up, and then they finally had the exhaust done, and now it's... Alright, so she's been running 10 minutes, about 15-ish. And number one, lights are on. Lights are on when the vehicle's on. So that's battery. The vehicle's not plugged in. It's just like total battery power. The only ugly thing we still have to fix is that. This is still hanging down. I tried to fix it a couple times. Didn't really stay. I didn't like how it was going, so I wanted to bring it back home and do it properly. I did cut it on the edge. Mentioned that in the first video. I want to glue it and stretch it with the heat gun. Let's do the engine, check the fluids now that it's running. I'm going to turn it off, and then we'll get back to this and mark those. Just coming up over the 100 mark, coming off the bottom. We got 40-ish oil pressure, and we got full charging. Alright, we're just going to do oil first. It looks like you had used a quart on the trip. This is a 12-hour trip that we did, and I had added, and now we're at just about half down after having just turned it off, so should be about right. And now this should show on the stick. The ATF should show on the stick now that it's warm. Yeah, so perfect. Look at that. Actually shows just in the middle of the crosshatch, and at the top of the crosshatch says full hot, so that's perfect. That was down a bit when we got it, and it wasn't shifting quite right. And now it shifts a little faster, a little earlier. And this here, a little rusty, right at the line though, so it looks like it has been mixing, because I filled that with pure ATF. And I don't want to open this quite yet, it's quite warm still. This one leaks out because it's got a gravity feed here from this, so you almost have to pinch this down in order to open this to test the antifreeze. But I guess we could test it in here, see what we got. Let's just try it from the overflow tank. If I can reach it. No, we can't even reach it. Oh, so close, so close. All right, so absolute best thing to use on hoses is a pair of hose vice grips, because they're flat and they don't have, you know, serrated edge or a jagged edge that could cut your hoses. If you don't have that, then just slip something. A lot of guys will just slip something in between their jaws. You know, you can tape them up, or a rag or something. Anything to protect the rubber hose when you're pinching it, when you're pinching it off, so to speak. So just strain on there. There we go, perfect. Oh, still under a bit of pressure there. Oh, so she's got lots of pressure. Looks nice and green and clean anyways. Yeah, not the best. I really should drain and refill it. We're going to leak some out and we're going to pour some full in there. So I just reached my hand down and tried to turn the petcock, which is right down there, and didn't want to move. And because I don't know the condition of this whole system, I do not want to break that. I've seen them break off. Get down there with a pair of pliers and give it a crank, and that's worst case scenario. So just going to siphon off. I have a gallon, pretty much full gallon of concentrated. So we're going to siphon off, let's say half a gallon, and run that, and then we'll test that, see how that goes. Look how nice it is, nice and green, but I'm not going to take a chance in this weather that we have here. Saskatchewan is renowned for being very cold. Actually looks quite clear there. Actually that just ran out, so that sucked about the amount that I want out of there. Looks like half a gallon or more. So we're going to fill it up with concentrate and be safe, not sorry. Perfect. That actually was easier and took probably less time than trying to open the petcock. Let me grab a funnel. All right, so I find this very important. Always have a dedicated coolant funnel, and I have this one with a screen on the bottom, and so it says labeled for no oil, and that way you don't screw things up, get oil in your contaminated in your cooling system, or vice versa. This is long life multi-vehicle concentrate antifreeze coolant. Will not be green, it's clear, so can't go by the color. And since it has an expansion tank, I'm going to fill it right up. Some old vehicles didn't have expansion tanks, and those ones you want to leave a little bit of room at the top of your rad. Remember in the olden days you used to get the exploding rads, you know, coolant everywhere, popping everywhere. Of course, probably from 1975 or 1980 for sure on, they started with the expansion tanks. So that one's full. So don't do that too hard either. This is starting to get brittle, you know, poke a hole in there. Good to go. We're going to start that up again for a few minutes. Just let it run through, and then we'll test it one more time. Let it circulate. We'll do our rad clamp and the brake master. It's looking good. A little low on the back. I think it might have a leaking rear cylinder. So I'm just going to top that up, and one of the items I'm going to add to my list here is checking those backs. Self-contained unit. See how much I use of it. .34 is what we're looking for. .5 being silicone. aren't as tough as they used to be. Here, let this circulate while we mark up the that pad inside for the snaps. All right, back inside with the vehicle running. We are going to put this back in the spot. And now, I mentioned again in the first video, I mentioned a lot of things in the first video. If you haven't seen it, put a link to it in the description. Or you just go to my playlist, of course, to find it. This one here, this is not detached. This just moves around, and you can remove it if you want, and then have this whole thing open. And it slides back and forth, so that has a bearing on where these get situated. So put this here. You kind of want this opening, obviously, in the middle, so you can, if you wanted to use it, go in there. And then that was not even the right type of button. If you look on this side here, this one almost fits, but it's over here, and that one doesn't even close to fit. It's way over here, so not sure what happened there. And then these two, which is the ones I want to fix for sure, because it's, you know, really hangs like that. Yeah, that one could have been close. This one's not even near close. So let's mark those ones to get them in the right spot for sure. And then it looks like there might have been one here, but there isn't one now. So they must have redone this thing at some point and didn't put these in the right spots. So I think I should put one, I think I should just put new ones here. Right here. Oh, look at that, my course doesn't work. Alright, take two. New marker. Put this one. And that, look how low that is too. It'll be hanging down like that. So if I am going to put one here, mark it here too. That, and then a new one here, just off the corner. Try the other ones. All right, let's get them on this side. All right, let's go put the clips on the top side. In order to do the snap work, you know, you have to punch it with a. You have to use a punch that is supplied and hammer it on. So I'm guessing the number one thing you're going to need is a solid base. So I'm going to put a piece of steel on there. This here, that weighs about 30 pounds. Make a nice backdrop for banging those together. All right, here we go again. There we go. Now we're at minus 20 Fahrenheit, minus 30 plus Celsius. I think we're good to go now. Glad I did that. Perfect. And we'll just check it once more before the real season comes upon us. But that'll keep us going. Keep us in the safe zone. Okay. That's on, that's in, that's on, this is closed. Don't forget to dispose of that properly. Hello there, sweetheart. How's the sunshine? Snap ring, specialty pliers. I used some of this Permatex Ultra Bond general purpose adhesive to try to fix some of the rips and tears, and And then I clamp them with, I have a ton of these little clamps here. So let's see. Oh, it's really strong. Look at that. It's like thread. Wow. A tip. Sucked up the tip. There you go. Feel that in there. Looks like that might work. But kind of held that together. Bit of a green gap there still, but whatever. Kind of better than it was. And then I got one more big one here. Put a big clamp on that spot. Yeah, actually that, you know, better than nothing. Better than ripped. So then I can put some of these clamps on now. Okay, so what you're supposed to do is poke the hole first. Now these ones are right at the top. I kind of wanted them down a bit to hold it up, but I can't go too far down. So I'm gonna just have a happy medium here. Supposed to poke right through. Just get it barely right through, and then you take this one with the barrel, put it inside the little anvil, and just push that little barrel part through the hole you made. It says to make a very small hole, but that might have been a bit too small. Stretched it right around there. Then you put one of these guys. Make sure you don't mix these up, because one of them is for snapping. The one with the serrated edge is for going on here. So this one goes like that. Then when you put this little tool in there, it peens this piece over. Don't hit it too hard. I hit this one too hard and it jammed it right in there, and then the snap couldn't snap onto it anymore. Let's get a little close up in there. Perfect. And you have this screwed into the other side to whatever surface you're doing. That then is the female for that snaps on there. The ones I'm putting in are different than these older ones. They're just opposite. These are got a male end here that clips into a female, and this you start with a female, and the male part is screwed to the other side of things. Let's fix this little hole here. Glue it and clip it. Just going to use that entire clamp over top of it, and hopefully I can release the clamp from the glue. I should put a piece of plastic on each side, eh? Let's try that. I keep some saran wrap in the shop, so let's try a piece of this. That seems like it'll work. Check back on that later. All right, just doing another little spot right here. Oh my God, I can hear the cats fighting inside. Look. Do you want that back? Yeah, that's your fur. She goes, yes, I got something stuck to me. Look at the tumbleweed on her chest here. You got tumbleweed on you? Here, let me get it. Get that tumbleweed off you. Yes, you're so cute. Here, let me get that tumbleweed. Come here. Look at this tumbleweed on her. Ah, they're so prickly. Here, what's got it around your neck? Oh, just about. Hang on, almost got it. There, we got it. Are you happy? Happy I got that off? All right, this next one is just putting these female pieces where I need them. I'm going to use the tiny little screws it came with, because there's nothing behind here other than this piece of wood. These ones down here went right into the bulkhead. So we're going to see if they're strong enough. Just going to have to be super gentle when utilizing it. Wrong bit. Alright. Phillips screw. Get on there. Czar. Okay, there's the two of them. Let's go get it, see if it fits. All right, sorry about the low lighting in here. It's a bit, it's cloudy out today. I'm getting wintry. Was I gonna put this on the top or the bottom? Can't remember now. Get in there. Hopefully like that. Still doing the repairs as well on this cover part. Gentle. Put that there. And then these ones are supposed to fit in right here. Look at that. We have done it. We have clipped it in. Down's a little on the high side. Kind of sucks. Oh my God. Things first, get the bend pack ergo chair out. This thing has been awesome. Awesome. I think I showed this before, but it goes down to a creeper. All the way up to total sitting straight up and down chair. Got toolboxes, or a tool caddy and drink or WD-40 caddy. And yeah, put you right at the right location for doing a little work. Robertson house screws. Another one of my Irwin / vice grip gets. This is a great multi-purpose tool. Got different tips on either end, and then even flips around like that. Got more on this end. Super good tool. One more right there. What was that? Something just fell out. All right, so this has a little nice little protectors on it, rock protectors, which I really like. It's got these extra little clips on there. Take that off. And then all these 70s and 80s cars have a very similar mounting style here, where they got a bezel ring like this around the outside. You know what I need? Pow! Just sprayed that first. Like I was saying, they had this little bezel ring with some screws around it that let you take the light out. Jeez, if you get a proper screwdriver in there. Come on. There we go. Might be able to just loosen the top ones and sneak it out the bottom. Don't really matter, I guess. Come on. There it is. All right, looks like I'm going to break out the impact driver. Maybe I could just tap it. Tappy tap tap. And not break the plastic clip behind it. So I'm sure most people have seen these, but when you hit it, it rotates the tool in the end. It can rotate either way. So that's tightening, that's loosening. You just got to make sure that when you hit it, you got it partially engaged already. Like, don't just hit it from here. Like, go like that, and then it turns right away. So I'm just gonna Gently tap it and see what we get. Engaged. That. Look at that. Fantastic. Just enough rotational torque, I guess you would call it. Is that what you'd call it? Anyways, yeah, it works like a dream, but better if you have something really solid to hit it against. But it seemed to work like a dream here too. So you get it in there, you start rotating, you push it in a bit. Little tappy taps. And look at that. Loosened another one. Wow. Should have just gone for this right off the bat. I was worried about breaking the clip. Or one of the clips, you know, that hold it in on this. All of them. Look at that. They all came right out like that. Happy days. Back to the regular screwdriver. I'm having to wear gloves because it's like, I don't know, 8 degrees Celsius, which is cold Fahrenheit. Come on, Magoo. There we go. With the old, there we go. Those for spares. And then here's the new one I just got. Extra Vision, brighter light. Sylvania. Get rid of the plastic sleeve. Put a little bit of, this is what I have for electric sealant. What's it called? It says corrosive preventive sealant, but it is called, oh geez, you know what it's called. Everybody knows what it's called. So it's for electrical components, non-conducive, encapsulating physical barrier between electrical connections and surrounding areas. And I mean, this has had nothing on it for the last 60 years. No, how many years? 45 years. But you know, if you're on YouTube, put a YouTube channel or video out, you better put some goo on everything. Or people go, oh, you should have put some of that non-conducive grease on there. I'll think of the name. You tell me in the comments. Actually, I won't think of the name because I'm old, but you tell me what the actual name of what I'm thinking of. Okay, I'm gonna sneak this guy up here. It can't be any bigger than the other than the last one. Okay. Should just go right in there. Good God. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, plugged in, back on, and screws. Don't let it fall out now. Alright, get these centered. I'm just going to show you what I meant here. So on these old school ones, to adjust them, you got a top adjuster, goes up and down, you know, leans it forward like that or back, and then you got a side, so in and out, and then on the bottom you have a spring. And one of the first tools I made, probably was 14-15 years old, working at my dad's shop, was a little hook tool on a piece of bent welding wire, still have it somewhere, to hook that and be able to pull it out. So it's a spring. I don't know if you can see it here, but it's very much like this. And that, you know, pulls the bottom when you adjust the top to, keeps pulling it back this way. So the passenger one used to stand like 5 feet away from the vehicle, and then it should hit you in the crotch. And the drivers, because it's on the inside lane meeting the other traffic, should be 2 feet in from center, so it's not blinding people. And again, on your crotch, so it's pointing down the road. See if I can find that tool. I was like 14, 15 years old. one of the first things I made, because this was my job a lot of times, tearing down the front ends when the cars came in. So that's a piece of some other kind of hook on a car, and I just welded it to this piece of welding wire and bent it like a handle, brazed it there, brazed it on there, and then you can easily hook these springs that are right down at the bottom there. Hook them, pull them up, pull them out. Good for you know, carburetor return springs and stuff too. So anyhow, to lose that again, and then these little guys goes back on here. Here, I'll get them. Oh, get them at the same time. There. These are awesome. Sorry, if you're wondering, this is what the adjuster screw looks like. It's got a little score right there, little indentation that the metal pan that the headlight bulb retainer fits into goes on there, and then this clips into the body, and these break notoriously. There's a bunch of different kinds of those. Here's a different kind here. Again, that screws in and this clips onto the body. And if you break them, you can either buy a new one still, or you can put a nut and washer on either side and just clamp that into the metal of the rad support. And then, yeah, as you screw this in and out, the bulb moves up and down or side to side. Decided I just hit these retainers for the headlight door quickly on the wire wheel. A lot of things are bouncing on my cable. A little better. Rusty. No rust. Kind of black. All that jiggling just dropped a pan of brake fluid. I don't know, why did I have a pan of open brake fluid? Why did I have a pan of open brake fluid on the bench? Little container out of Shannon's Mini. Anyways, this here final wipe, some kind of paint reducer or paint pre-cleaner, the best cleanup stuff. Just get rid of everything. Check, see if they work first. Not very bright, is it? It's supposed to be super bright. Why is it not very bright? That one's extra bright. This one, it's not bright because it's not on. Just turned it on to see if that made a difference in the voltage. Didn't seem to. Let's see if we just have a connection issue here. There it is. One of the tongs wasn't plugged in. I've got it. Those are much brighter. These work. These are also super dim. Could replace those. Might help as well. But man, what a difference from old school to new school. Those are much brighter. We'll see how they work rolling down the road. I'm gonna try to find a better screws than these, even though I just cleaned these up. All right, I grabbed a variety of stainless steel screws. Let's see if we can get some to fit. They may not be quite as thick as these household screws that they were using. Wide, I mean. They're thinner. These ones are the same, but see if they're long enough. These would be really nice. More factory. Look at that. A little tiny difference. Instead of rusty, shiny, stainless. Now see if I have some long enough ones for there. Oh, those are gonna fit too. I should put a little washer. That one's got a little broken spot there. These ones are then Phillips. New, just renew everything. When you take things apart and put them back together, try to find new fasteners if you can, or clean up the old ones. Here I did both. And then, you know, you're putting in new lights and things. Might as well get the rest of it sorted too. So I'm gonna need a number 1 number 1 Robertson for these. Yep. Number 1 Robertson on my Super Multi Vice Grip Irwin. It's cloudy out here. You can hear them trains are rolling right through the mirror. Okay, check the gap here, all looking good, solid, stainless. I'll just change up the other side too now. I already did the bulb and that'll be good to go. Show you a little trick with some, always get some 00 grade steel wool. Excellent for keeping mice out of holes, but also for cleaning up plastic and plastic chrome, real chrome, stainless, and glass. Doesn't scratch it, takes off all the grime. See, this is plastic and this is stainless right beside it. But yeah, you can clean it all up. Go over the whole front end if you wanted to, and make it real shiny, but that looks good. One heavy Chevy. All right, there we go. I got other things to do. Gonna put one of these old lights in the inside here right now so I don't forget it, and then I always have it for a spare. Steel wool. Look at that, a plastic bag even. All right, next up in here, let's connect this water hose under here. There you go. Let's put a little bit of juice in there first. Hopefully it's not Gatorade. Doesn't smell like Gatorade. Oh, actually smells like booze. Must have alcohol in it. Press this one. Better turn the tap on. Shrink it up. Put a bunch, that much anyways, of that jug in that pipe. Opened all the taps and ran her through. Should be good to go. All right, now working on the ceiling here. I think I've got it mostly sorted out. Need to get this back behind there. Yeah, nice. Gotta just maybe cut it back right here so I can get this bit of a wrinkle out here. Otherwise, it's intact. Okay. Next up on the agenda was gonna be I was gonna try to wire that in. I need some thick wire to run it through. I think I'd have to run it through here to the battery box under that window on the outside. Last thing we're going to do is wire in these wires to that battery in the back corner of the motorhome so I can attach the inverter. Just going to grab me some electrical tools. What do we got here? Stripper. Okay, just throw those anywhere. A couple of shrinkers. What else we need here? Yeah, that's what I need. Like that. I have some of those new types of these guys here. These are good. Just saw Chris getting sponsored by these guys. I don't know if they just gave him free product like they did me, or they actually paid for his endorsement. But these can work sometimes. Might not need them on this. And I'll take some of these grommets in case I can find a hole to put the wires through and put a grommet in it. Last thing I need is this to shrink the shrinkers. Grab the wires. head out my little Mr. Dress-Up toolbox. I should paint it. Mr. Dress-Up colors. Hello, sweetheart. How are you today? Good day? Nice and sunny? Yes, it is. Beautiful day. Cool enough today. I should have worn this yesterday, but I have my Milwaukee heated jacket on. Yeah, so let's see how that works out for me today. All right, so I think probably the best thing, this is a box that somebody just built on the corner here, or they built it, who knows. But yeah, and the back there goes right into under the sink. So under the sink here is the other side of that box. And I think this would be a perfect spot to have the wires come out there and put that inverter just in here somewhere, because I wanted it kind of close to the bed so we could hook up a TV to it when we want, and then I could install a plug here, or probably even here would be better. Where would be the best place to put this inverter? Would it be better to have it on the ground there or up here? This would be easiest, of course, because then it would just be pretty much sitting right here somewhere, and I could wire it in. And I guess I could maybe just run long enough wires that I could then snake them under there and put it down there if I wanted. So I think that's what I'll do. I'm going to drill a hole right there. That's in the back side of that battery, so I can run the wires in right from the battery right here into this. Man, that's thick. Come on, Barbara, get in there. Like everybody, I got lots of stuff hanging around here. So, out of all this wire, look at that. I got the perfect black wire. No. I could take this one apart. That'd be perfect. All right, let's do that. Shrink tube. Solder that. Hardest part is probably getting this lid off the solder. Montreal, Winnipeg, Ontario, Toronto, Canada, metal solder. And it sunk. Oh, and I crushed the lid. Dummy, man. Boop. Got to I think there's solder on this end, so I gotta get that off first. Look at that, perfect. Hardening up. Right tool for the job as usual. Oh, look, now it's going through the edge there. Stop it. flip the end of this so it can fit into the inverter. Perfect. Pull test. Excellent. Old black tape. A new shrink tube on her. Do the same as the other side. First a smaller one. Just barely gets over there. Oh, I don't know why. Yep, just barely. Perfect. And a bigger one. 2 pairs of socks, 2 condoms. All right, got her together, finally. Put away my mess. Oops, left that camera running again. That's going from this side, of course, because the other side has the crimps, the ring terminals. Oh, now they fit and perfect. Nice and tight with the grommets. One down. Can you see in there? Not very well, neither can I. Let's see if it's there. Get rid of these holes here. Come on. These ones just have shitty crimpers on them, and I can see corrosion on there already. Mine are all soldered and shrink tubed. That's the word I was looking for earlier. Anybody who got that, put that in the comments. When I was doing the headlights, I was looking for that term, dielectric grease. Ah, there's my dielectric grease, the Grote brand. Doesn't say dielectric grease anywhere on there, but everything it says about it is the same as. So I wanted to get a little bit on these terminals that are, and it's just the little ring terminals that they made for the system in this van. Okay, got that and that. You know what? They had these wires. This is all capped. This lid on it. Put it like that. Cap back on the top of it. There we go. Yeah, backwards. Perfect. Dunsky on this end. So this is the same inverter I use for in the house to beside our furnace, so that if the power ever went out for an extended period of time and we wanted to keep the house warm in the winter, I could run the furnace and off the battery, either a car battery just downstairs beside the furnace, which apparently lasts quite a while if you do it like that, or hooked up to the car itself, and yeah, that's all you would need to do. All right, just screw these ones back in, attach to the battery. Okay, there it is. And turn it on. Look at that. Got the beeper. Why is it beeping? Try it again. Just connected all the connections again. Now we got her going. We have what do we have in here that we can test it with? Coffee maker down here. Check it out. Turn it on. And turn this on. Is this on? Yep, it's working. Looks like she's working. Yes, it is. All right, well, that was pretty much the last thing I wanted to do right now. I did get some things came in, and I'm going to save those for our first really big trip. So number one, I'm guessing the oil was changed recently because it's still not black. It's a dark yellow, which is awesome. And number two, the stripes came in for the side, and that's something I can definitely do at a campground when I'm bored. Oil and filter we'll take with us, and paint the mirrors, the mirror stanchions outside. I can do that in a campground when I'm outside relaxed. So yeah, that should be interesting. Did buy these. I'll throw that on. I'll show you how that works. I just tested them on the ATV the other day and on the John Deere snowblower. So those are cool. These are zip tie snow chains, or snow zip ties, I guess. Plastic snow chains, light duty obviously, but obviously super easy to get on if you have holes in your rims, and could be used on a multiple of applications like this one here. Here's our I'm just going to try it on this ATV. Maybe these are just for ATVs. I'm not sure if it would fit on the. So I'm guessing these are, you know, 3D printed, and this is not open right here, so I can't get the thing through there. I need a knife to open that up. Jam the knife through there. Open it up, get enough space. Yeah, it was just caught. The top bit there wasn't quite separated. I'm sure some 5-year-old kid is supposed to be cleaning those. Alright, goes through now after I opened it up. I'm sure you've seen from my other videos, I have steel chains for this. They're a hassle to get on and off. Look how easy that is to get on. Now, if those would stay on. What do you think? Will it work in the snow? We'll have to see. Got a bag of them for 12 bucks. Can't beat that. And yeah, and I got one more cool thing to end off this video, and then we'll call it a day, part 2, and we'll call it a part 2 until part 3, which is going to be the big trip down to Texas. That is where we're going. Taking the we already took it on a long trip. That was part 1. You know, 6 hours each way, so 12 hours we did, and this time we're going to take it 40 hours each way. So let's see how that goes. It'll probably break us in gasoline. I couldn't get this off actually. And that's how we're gonna go to Texas. Look at the fur on the floor. He's being a little rough. He's like, yeah, I'm the king of the jungle. Little Missy Kitty here. Yes, you're so cute. And then we got the tomcat back here, just waiting on his chance. Dun dun dun, I'm the tomcat. Look at my tail. Ooh, here she comes. Oh, aren't you too cute? Hey? Yes, you are. That's a nice spot. Although, it's a long ways down there. I think that's what cat, look at his foot. Cats love doing that. Living dangerously, right? Are you living dangerously? Hanging out at the top? Whoa, yep. Oh, I won't touch you. Speaking about living dangerously, check that out. Oh, sorry. Yahtzee.